What's up YouTube? Chris Moreno back with another video. It's going to be an ab workout, right? It's been the longest since I've shared a direct ab workout simply because it's not too often that I have a day where I just do abs, right? So today is actually my mobility day. I just finished doing 30 minutes of cardio and I figured, why not share a video with you guys that I know it's going to help a lot of people out, because who does not want abs, right? Who does not want 6-pack, 4-pack, 8-pack, whatever? Everybody, at the very least, can agree that they want their midsection to look nice, right? So, what the thing is, when it comes to ab training, for most people at least, is they're training their hip flexors, right? So, like, you're sitting in that little captain's chair and you're doing knee raises like that, right? You're just working hip flexors and you think you're working your abs because your abs actually stabilize your hip flexors. So to make sure that you're actually working your abdominals, and we'll consider the obliques, right, as part of the ab training, because you want those side abs too, is you got to make sure that there's spinal flexion, right? You got to make sure that you're getting this old man back, so that way your abs are actually contracting. So again, I'm gonna just go ahead and show you guys this little quick routine, keeping the volume fairly low, and you could honestly do this pretty much every other day. Just make sure that you're able to recover well in between each of those workouts, right?
All right, guys, so again, I just want to reiterate, the point of this abdominal workout is to make sure that you're keeping the movements pretty simple but effective, right? So jumping off the workout, I started with this little decline reverse crunch variation. Pretty much in each repetition, you're going to perform an oblique twist at the top of the reverse crunch to one side and then the other, and then you will perform your standard reverse crunch. And all reps of those, you want to make sure that there is spinal flexion, right? In this case, you're bringing your pelvis towards the sternum. You're making sure that your back is rounding at the top, and you really want to focus on getting a good squeeze at the top of each and every rep. When it comes to training in general for hypertrophy, but especially abdominal training, you really want to make sure that you can get a good squeeze. So really try your best to get controlled repetitions every single rep. You may have noticed that I'm starting to speed things up a little bit. When it comes to my abdominal training, I pretty much take my time, with the first few reps, right? I don't necessarily have a certain amount, but I make sure that I'm able to squeeze the hell out of them, right? Each and every rep. And once I feel that that squeeze is kind of slowing down a bit, then I'll speed things up, still making sure I'm going through full ranges of motion, getting a nice squeeze at the top, right? Each rep. So I did a total of 10 of those, going to the left, to the right, and then down the middle. That is one rep, a set of 10. And then immediately after that, some floor crunches with your hips at a 90-degree angle, right? So you're pretty much keeping your knees at maximal hip flexion, right? So, or your hips at maximal hip flexion, to take your hip flexors out of it, and then you're just focusing on rounding your back. You think to lift each individual vertebrae of the spine off the floor, and then you lower it back into that same position. Really focusing on squeezing the shit out of your abs, right? This is the reason why this is left body weight without any resistance, because the point of this is the isometric part at the top, to really make sure that you're squeezing the shit out of them, right? So immediately following that superset, right, another lower abdominal movement. And when it comes to training abs, anytime your spine is flexing, you're hitting the abs. There's technically no upper and lower, but there are movements that are going to place an emphasis on the areas a little bit, right? Such as like a reverse crunch and these proper toe to bars, right? And pretty much you want to really make sure that you're not using a bunch of swinging and a bunch of momentum, right? It's not to say that that doesn't do anything, but when you really want to make sure that you're using your abdominals, you're contracting your abdominals, you really want to focus on using your abs to lift your legs up. So this is definitely one of those things where it's a mental aspect involved in each and every repetition, right? Really thinking about what you're doing, right? Versus, just doing the movement for the sake of doing it. And then superset with that with some knee to chest raises. Again, I'm kind of like letting my upper back round a little bit at the top. So as I bring my knees up and as I twist, again, there's spinal flexion. There's a round in my back to make sure that my abs are fully contracting, right? Making sure that you can feel pretty much every single rep. right? That's what it's all going to come down to. And then you go into a hollow body hold while making sure that you're still squeezing the shit out of your abs. Again, you could literally just do this movement, picking your arms up, your head up, and your legs up, and you'll still feel your core have to engage, but you're really leaving gains on the table when you're not necessarily mentally connecting with the abdominals. When it comes to hypertrophy training, right? Training to build a muscle, one aspect of it is load, yes, but another aspect is actually just being connected to your muscles, being able to feel each and every single rep, right? So we pretty much took care of the upper and lower abs, right? And then immediately after that, we're going into these half kneeling cable rotations. It's just another way to get a rotational movement in to hit the obliques, but I'm stopping at the middle to make sure that my core stays engaged. Like, technically, yes, I could twist all the way, getting full range of motion, right? But by me stopping partially, right, this is gonna place a more emphasis on the core while you're still able to target the obliques. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So not only are you working the obliques, but you are going to get some anti-rotation and rotational strength as well, right? Very simple workout, very easy to follow.
Again, just like with all workouts, you want to make sure that you're making progress over time. And the thing is, when it comes to making progress, you either do more weight, right? You do more reps, you do more sets, you'll have the time under tension a lot longer, so you can hold the squeezes a lot longer. You can extend the sets for a longer period of time. That's what increasing time under tension is. And pretty much just make sure you're getting better. Of course, if you can do it workout by workout, hell yeah, badass, right? But at the very least, week by week, you should be doing more reps or sets or using more weight, or you're getting better, right? So whatever you did for 10 reps, do at least 11. Whatever you did for 15 reps, do at least 16. Whatever you were holding for 30 seconds, do at least 31 seconds. Do more weight by increasing by, if possible, by a pound, 5 pounds, whatever. Make progress, right? If you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. You can find me on Instagram @_Chris Moreno, right? All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.